How good are the Vikings?
I mean, last night gives me the confidence to say that, I don't put them in the 49ers class, but I think they're very much in the conversation with that next group down in the NFC. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and just go, oh, if they played the Saints are going to massacre them. I don't think so, no. I think that they could stand toe-to-toe with the Saints. Now, do I know if I think they could win that game? I don't know about that. But I think they every bit can beat the Packers, and I think they certainly, given a play here or there, could stand toe-to-toe with the New Orleans Saints as well.
What about the 49ers?
No, I think the 49ers, you didn't listen to me.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask you.
I think are in a class of their own right now in the NFC.
At Minnesota, if it was 49ers at Minnesota.
Yeah, I still think it's a tough matchup for them. I think the San Francisco 49ers are the most well-put-together, balanced football team in the sport right now. So, yeah, I think they're the number one king of football. I think that your Minnesota Vikings are somewhere in that, 4 to 6 range, 3 to 6 range, wherever you may be. And I do think they're for real. If they can keep answering the bell and kind of playing big in some big moments. And again, they didn't totally crumble in Kansas City a few weeks ago. They didn't play their best, but I wasn't like, oh my gosh, what a bunch of choke artists they were.
Well, and look, the Vikings are chasing the Packers, one game behind them in the NFC North. They can forge a tie in the division, Week 16, and a split of the season series. Now, the Vikings have otherwise lost to the Bears in the division. It would get to division tiebreakers, maybe conference tiebreakers, common opponents, etc. It could get very interesting once it's time to start going below that first tiebreaker, assuming they do split the head-to-head series and they end up with the same record. But it could be the difference between the 2 seed and the 5 seed for the Vikings or the Packers. Or it could be the 6th seed, depending upon what the Seahawks do. But
this is not the year you want to be the 5 or 6 seed and go on the road in the NFC.
No, because you're going to have to go to Dallas or Philly.
Yes.
Or you're going to have to go to either New Orleans or Green Bay.
Right.
And then
followed
when you
up
win
by
that,
one of those again, and then maybe play San Francisco in the NFC. It's just gonna. It looks to me like you want to at least be a home team in the wild card. Let alone we know how important it is to have that first round.
Those buys are going to be critical. And as I said during the show today, there are 5 teams that are alive for the bye week: the Vikings, the Packers, the Saints, the 49ers, and the Seahawks. 2 of those teams are going to get the buys. Yep. And right now, who knows how that's all going to play out. Monday night's game is going to have a lot to do with that, too.
They got some things that, when you look at playoff football, right? And it's defense and being able to run the ball. You got that going for you in Minnesota.
10 straight runs last night.
Right.
When they were down 21-20, the first time they fell behind in the game, 10 straight runs culminating in a touchdown. Mike Zimmer said that's the kind of thing that breaks a defense's will.
It does. It actually wears them out. And I think between the creativity they have in the run game and then, like we've said a million times, just the little formula they use off in the pass game. And again, they did this last night. Let's not forget, with arguably their second best offensive player, Adam Thielen, he's not out on the field. I mean, that would have been another issue for the Dallas Cowboys to deal with, too. So it was a really big-time win by that football team. And I think the thing more than anything, it just, not like I'm totally shocked they won the game, but the fact that they dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, to me, I think was more shocking than anything.
And with Adam Thielen's hamstring flaring up last week, the Vikings have the Broncos at home, then their bye.
Right.
They should just keep him shut out until after the bye when they go to Seattle for their next primetime test to prove whether or not they truly have changed the narrative or whether or not they're going to gack when they go back to Seattle. Remember last year, that game in Seattle, the offense could do nothing.
Yes.
The Seahawks defense not as good this year as it was
a better Vikings
last
offense.
year.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.